Today our topic is the role of journaling in Stoic practice. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. One of the most powerful tools in Stoic practice is journaling. Journaling is not just writing down your thoughts. It is a way to reflect, learn, and grow. Through journaling, we can better understand ourselves, our emotions, and our actions. It helps us to see clearly and make better decisions. Let's explore how journaling can be a key part of living a Stoic life and why it is so important. First, let's talk about why Stoics value self-reflection. Stoicism teaches that we should always be aware of our thoughts and actions. The Stoics believe that the mind is like a garden. If we do not take care of it, weeds will grow. These weeds are negative thoughts, bad habits, and unhealthy emotions. Journaling is like a tool that helps us pull out these weeds. When we write down our thoughts, we can see them more clearly. We can ask ourselves, are these thoughts helpful? Are they true? Are they based on facts or just emotions? By reflecting on these questions, we can start to change the way we think and act. One of the most famous Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, was a Roman emperor. He was one of the most powerful men in the world, but he still took time every day to write in his journal. His writings, now known as meditations, were never meant to be published. They were just for him. In his journal, he reminded himself of important Stoic principles. He wrote about how to stay calm in difficult situations, how to treat others with kindness, and how to focus on what really matters. His journal was a place where he could practice Stoicism every day. This shows us that journaling is not just for ordinary people. Even the busiest and most powerful people can benefit from it. So how can you start journaling like a Stoic? First, find a quiet place where you can be alone with your thoughts. It doesn't have to be for a long time. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day can make a big difference. Next, take a notebook or a piece of paper and start writing. You don't need to worry about grammar or spelling. This is just for you. Begin by writing about your day. What happened? How did you feel? What did you do well? And what could you have done better? This is called a daily review, and it is a key part of Stoic journaling. After you write about your day, you can reflect on your thoughts and emotions. Ask yourself, was I angry today? Was I jealous? Was I afraid? Why did I feel this way? Were these emotions helpful or harmful? The Stoics believe that emotions are not good or bad in themselves, but it is how we react to them that matters. By writing about your emotions, you can start to understand them better. You can see patterns in your behavior and learn how to respond in a more Stoic way. Another important part of Stoic journaling is to remind yourself of Stoic principles. For example, you can write about the dichotomy of control. This is the idea that some things are in our control and some things are not. The things in our control are our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. The things not in our control are external events, other people's opinions, and the past. When you write about this principle, you can remind yourself to focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. This can help you feel more at peace and less stressed. You can also use your journal to practice gratitude. The Stoics believe that we should be grateful for what we have, even if it is not much. Every day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They can be big things, like your health or your family, or small things like a good meal or a kind word from a friend. By focusing on what you have, rather than what you lack, you can cultivate a sense of contentment and happiness. Another Stoic exercise you can do in your journal is called premeditatio malorum, which means the premeditation of evils. This sounds negative, but it is actually a very positive practice. The idea is to imagine the worst things that could happen in your life. For example, you could lose your job, get sick, or lose someone you love. By imagining these things, you can prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. You can ask yourself, how would I handle this situation? What would I do? This exercise helps you to be strong and resilient, no matter what life throws at you. Journaling also helps you to track your progress. The Stoics believe that we should always be trying to improve ourselves. By writing in your journal every day, you can see how far you have come. You can look back at old entries and see how your thoughts and behaviors have changed. This can be very motivating. It reminds you that you are growing and becoming a better person. One of the most important things about Stoic journaling is that it is private. You don't have to share it with anyone. This gives you the freedom to be completely honest with yourself. You can write about your fears, your mistakes, and your weaknesses. You don't have to pretend to be perfect. In fact, the Stoics believed that admitting our flaws is the first step to overcoming them. By being honest in your journal, you can start to make real changes in your life. Finally, journaling helps you to slow down and think deeply. In our busy lives, we often rush from one thing to another without taking time to reflect. Journaling forces you to stop and think. It gives you a chance to process your experiences and learn from them. This is why journaling is such a powerful tool for Stoics. It helps you to live more intentionally and mindfully. In conclusion, journaling is a key part of Stoic practice. It helps you to reflect on your thoughts and emotions, remind yourself of Stoic principles, practice gratitude, prepare for challenges, track your progress, and slow down. By journaling every day, you can become more self-aware, more resilient, and more at peace. You don't need to be a philosopher or a Roman emperor to benefit from Stoic journaling. All you need is a notebook, a pen, and a willingness to be honest with yourself. So, why not start today? Take a few minutes to write about your day, reflect on your emotions, and remind yourself of what really matters. You might be surprised at how much it can change your life.